That brightly colored can promises a lot: energy, focus, and stamina. It's hard to miss them, with their flashy designs and bold claims, practically calling out to you from every store shelf and refrigerator. Whether you're a student cramming for exams, an athlete looking for a boost, or just someone trying to get through a long workday, the allure of instant energy is hard to resist. Energy drinks are everywhere, marketed as the quick fix for fatigue. They're advertised as the answer to our modern, fast-paced lives. Just pop open a can, and you're ready to take on anything. It's no wonder that millions reach for them daily, hoping for that extra edge. But as a doctor, I have to ask, what's the real cost of that energy? Is it as simple as a harmless pick-me-up, or is there more lurking beneath the surface? The truth is, every time you reach for that can, you're making a choice that could impact your health in ways you might not expect. We know about the risks of too much caffeine and sugar, anxiety, heart issues, weight gain, diabetes. These are well documented, and most people have at least heard about them. But do we really pay attention to the numbers on the label? A single can contain as much caffeine as several cups of coffee, and the sugar content can rival that of a soda. But what about the other ingredients? Taurine, B vitamins, herbal extracts, are they harmless, or do they pose hidden risks? The ingredient list can read like a science experiment, and most of us don't know what half of those substances actually do in our bodies. A new study has put taurine in the spotlight, linking it to leukemia, a type of blood cancer. This finding has raised a lot of eyebrows and sparked concern among both scientists and consumers. Taurine is often marketed as a performance enhancer, but what does this new research really tell us about its safety? Before you panic, let's break down what this research actually means. Not every headline tells the full story, and it's important to look at the evidence with a critical eye. Was the study done on humans or animals? How much taurine was involved? Are these results relevant to the way we actually consume energy drinks? My goal: cut through the hype and give you clear, evidence-based information. I want you to feel empowered to make informed choices, not just scared by sensational headlines. We'll look at what the science really says and what it doesn't. What did the study really find? Does your energy drink habit put you at risk, or is the danger being exaggerated? We'll examine the facts, the context, and what it all means for your daily life. Let's separate fact from fear and see what's really inside that can. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer picture of whether energy drinks are your friend, your foe, or maybe a little bit of both. The study making headlines this week comes from the University of Rochester Medical Center, a respected institution known for its cutting-edge research. The findings were published in the prestigious journal Nature, which often features some of the most groundbreaking scientific discoveries. This isn't just another routine study, it's one that's catching the attention of scientists and the public alike. The team of researchers set out with a specific goal: to uncover what exactly fuels the relentless growth of leukemia cells. They weren't looking at popular trends or fads like energy drinks at first. Instead, their focus was on the basic biology of cancer, what makes these cells tick, and more importantly, what keeps them alive and multiplying. Through meticulous experiments, they made a surprising discovery. Leukemia cells, it turns out, are highly dependent on a particular amino acid called taurine. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins, and while many are essential for life, taurine stood out in this study as a critical nutrient for these cancer cells. When the researchers removed taurine from the environment, the leukemia cells began to struggle. Deprived of this key nutrient, the cells weakened and eventually died off. But when taurine was abundant, the cancer cells thrived, multiplying rapidly. This clear cause and effect relationship was a major breakthrough. This finding opened up a whole new avenue for potential leukemia treatments. If scientists could find a way to block taurine from reaching these cells, or disrupt how the cells use it, it might be possible to slow down or even stop the progression of the disease. The excitement in the lab was palpable. This was a genuine aha moment. But then, the research took an unexpected turn. The scientists realized that taurine isn't just found in the body or in small amounts in food, it's also a major ingredient in many popular energy drinks. In fact, these beverages often contain taurine levels far higher than what you'd typically get from your diet. This raised a provocative question. If leukemia cells are so dependent on taurine, and energy drinks are loaded with it, could there be a connection between consuming these drinks and the growth of leukemia cells? The researchers began to wonder if what we drink could have a direct impact on cancer biology. Suddenly, the study wasn't just about the inner workings of cancer cells. It had real-world implications, touching on everyday choices people make, like grabbing an energy drink for a quick boost. The research shifted from the lab bench to the grocery store shelf, raising important questions about diet, health, and cancer risk. Science is often like assembling a giant puzzle, with each new discovery adding another piece to the picture. This study is a significant addition to our understanding of cancer, but it also reminds us that the story is far from complete. There are still many pieces missing, and much more to learn. It's important to remember, though, that one study, no matter how exciting, doesn't provide all the answers. Scientific progress is built on careful, repeated investigation, and sometimes results can be surprising or even conflicting. To truly understand what this research means for you and your health, we need to take a closer look at how the study was conducted, what its limitations are, and what questions remain unanswered. So, let's dig deeper into the details and see what the science really says. Taurine sounds mysterious, but it's a natural amino acid found in your brain, heart, muscles, and eyes. Your body makes it, and you get more from foods like meat and fish. Taurine helps with nerve growth, fluid balance, and heart function. So why add so much to energy drinks? Companies claim it boosts performance and focus. A single can have up to 1,000 mg, much more than you'd get from food. The Rochester study found that certain leukemia cells, especially acute myeloid leukemia (AML), are addicted to taurine. These cells rewire themselves to rely on taurine for energy. Blocking taurine starved the cancer cells, making this a promising target for new treatments. The key leukemia cells use taurine differently than healthy cells. This opens the door for therapies that target cancer without harming the rest of the body. Here's the most important point to remember. This research was conducted in highly controlled laboratory settings, and the subjects were mice, not humans casually sipping energy drinks at home or in a cafe. The findings you might have heard about didn't come from real-world scenarios involving people, but from carefully designed experiments using animals in a lab. In these experiments, scientists focused on leukemia cells grown in petri dishes and on mice that were specifically bred or modified for research purposes. They meticulously adjusted the levels of taurine, a compound found in many energy drinks, to observe how it affected the growth and behavior of these cancer cells. These types of studies are absolutely essential as the first steps in understanding complex diseases like leukemia. However, it's crucial to realize that what happens in a petri dish or in a mouse doesn't always translate directly to what happens in the human body. Our biology is far more complex, and many treatments or effects seen in animals never actually work the same way in people. Importantly, the study did not involve tracking healthy individuals who regularly consume energy drinks, nor did it involve giving energy drinks to people diagnosed with leukemia. There were no human volunteers drinking taurine-rich beverages as part of this research. The real focus of the research was to better understand how leukemia cells function and respond to certain chemicals, not to prove that energy drinks or taurine directly cause cancer in humans. It's about the biology of the cancer cells themselves. The main takeaway is this: if someone already has leukemia, taurine might act as a kind of fuel, helping those cancer cells to grow more rapidly. This is a significant finding for scientists looking for new ways to treat or slow down leukemia. But, and this is key, there is currently no evidence that taurine or energy drinks containing taurine actually causes leukemia to develop in the first place. The research does not suggest that drinking energy drinks will give you cancer. To put it simply, think of taurine like fertilizer for weeds in a garden. If the weed, meaning the leukemia, is already present, the fertilizer can make it grow faster. But the fertilizer itself doesn't create the weed out of nowhere. The context in which something is studied makes all the difference. What this study really uncovered is a potential vulnerability in leukemia cells, a weak spot that could be targeted for future treatments. It's about understanding the disease better, not about blaming energy drinks for causing cancer. So don't let dramatic headlines or social media posts mislead you. Always look deeper into the research and remember the crucial distinction between lab findings and real-life effects in humans. Let's answer the big question: do energy drinks cause cancer in healthy people? The evidence says no. There's no proof that taurine, even in high doses, causes leukemia or any cancer in healthy people. The Rochester study focused on cancer progression, not what starts cancer. Media headlines often oversimplify, causing unnecessary fear. Major health organizations don't list energy drinks as a cancer risk. The real risks are still caffeine, sugar, and their effects on your heart and sleep. For most people, the taurine leukemia link isn't a reason to panic. It's a specific concern for a specific group. The real takeaway is for people with leukemia or survivors. For them, high taurine intake could fuel cancer cell growth or relapse. This is a crucial warning. Energy drinks and taurine supplements may be risky for this group. If you have or had leukemia, talk to your doctor or dietitian before consuming these products. Personalized advice is key. What's safe for most may not be safe for you. Taurine isn't all bad. It's essential for heart, nerve, and muscle health, and acts as an antioxidant. Some studies suggest it may help with blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. Athletes use it to reduce muscle soreness. But the new study highlights a risk. For leukemia patients, high taurine is dangerous. The huge doses in energy drinks are far above what you'd get from food, and we don't know the long-term effects. For healthy people, moderate taurine is likely safe, but daily mega doses are a gray area. For leukemia patients, the risk is clear. Nutrition isn't black and white, it's about context and individual needs. Understanding both sides helps us make smarter choices. It's not about good versus bad, but about what's right for you. Taurine isn't the only concern in energy drinks. The main issues are high caffeine and sugar. One may have more caffeine than 3 cups of coffee, leading to heart palpitations, anxiety, and insomnia. Sugar content is often sky-high, fueling weight gain, diabetes, and heart disease. Even sugar-free versions have questionable artificial sweeteners. Energy drinks also contain blends of other stimulants and vitamins, often in undisclosed amounts. The mix can cause unpredictable side effects, especially in large doses. For most people, the immediate risks of caffeine and sugar outweigh the taurine concern. The taurine leukemia link is important, but don't ignore the rest. So, what should you do? For most healthy people, an occasional energy drink isn't a big deal, but don't make it a habit. If you need them daily, look at your sleep, diet, and stress first. For those with leukemia or a family history, avoid energy drinks and taurine supplements. Talk to your doctor. The exciting news: this research could lead to new targeted cancer treatments by blocking taurine in leukemia cells. Science is always evolving, and this study is a step forward. Energy drinks aren't a cancer risk for everyone, but they are for some. Stay informed, prioritize healthy habits, and get personalized medical advice. Your health is your greatest asset. Protect it. Make choices based on facts, not fear. And remember, what's in your can matters more than you think.